Now let's talk about securing it. For under $10 is buy a glass protector. We do it with our phones. I think you should strongly consider doing it with your watch as well. They're pretty cheap, easy to set up, and I'll show you. This is a cracked one that I just had while walking down the Vegas Strip. My watch accidentally hit the corner of a trash can. Just the tip of the screen hit the trash can and it crumbled it. But that would have been a very nightmarish situation for the Apple Watch. The actual screen on my Apple Watch is perfectly fine. It looks great. That side orange is the action button on the side that you can set for any specific action that you'd like or shortcut, and then that speaker on the side. On the other side you have the turning wheel, and then you can press it and it'll take you back to home. And then here's another action setting that kind of brings up the control center for the watch. There's this little button. You just press that button and then the handles slide off if you wanted to switch out the ones that Apple gives you. And then it just slides right back in. Seamless, easy. Let's start with just picking up the watch. Obviously, if you were to take this off and leave it somewhere, try to get into it, at first it's going to start with a passcode. It'll bring us to our home screen. If you were to hold down on this home screen, this is where you can see the other different options for watch faces. You can click new. So with the new faces, it'll have some that are already preloaded, added in. You can also change it out with pictures from your photo library, as well as any of these preset ones if you wanted a more vintage look, all the way to sort of the one that I have. So looking at my home screen and how I have it set up, I can customize this, like I said, and edit what I want. So first I can change the style if I want the seconds showing or not. Then I can change the color of what I want the actual numbers to be colored like. Then the complications are just what additional tools that you want shown. So mine is battery, but you can choose a lot of other things if you want it to be shown, or just quick shortcuts to different things like investing, finding your devices, your heart rate. I do the calendar as well, so I can quickly access the calendar. And then at the bottom, I just have my heart rate, so I can just see it real time. When was the last beats per minute that it was. And if I were to just click on the heart rate, I can change this out as well for anything else that I want. And if you download apps that are compatible with the Apple Watch, it'll show those in this listing as well. Now this scroller button on the right, it's a dial. Scrolling down, it's like a quick notification center. You'll see the time, date, it'll show the calendar, weather, and then the fitness tracking, and then quick for starting a workout and going straight to messages. And then you can also click all apps and it will show you, just like on the phone, all the apps that I have available for this watch, and you can change the view of them to show more like a grid if you didn't want them lined up like you just saw. So if you wanted to get back to this home screen, you would just press this in on the side and it will either take you to the full app view list or back home. The button below this dial is your control center. So the control center, you can turn on and off cellular, on and off Wi-Fi. You can press this button and it'll show you where your phone is located, as well as give you a quick understanding of how far you actually are from it. So the closer that you move the phone to the watch, it'll actually give you real-time feedback, which is really nice. You can click the battery and put it in low power mode, or just see a detailed description of what your battery life is. You can turn off notifications or on. This is, with the two joker faces, is for theater mode. If you want to basically put on Do Not Disturb, it'll set pre-customized settings if you're stepping into a movie theater. Walkie-talkie mode, if you have friends or contacts on your phone that have that watch as well, you can select this walkie-talkie mode through the app listing and speak to them through their watch by speaking through yours, like a walkie-talkie. Do Not Disturb. It has a flashlight setting, so you can make it go brighter or darker. And then coming back, it has a mode where you can press, and if you're sweating or it's raining and you don't want stuff to get hit, it can turn off basically the Touch ID mode until you hold down. It'll try and get rid of the water that could be in this vent area. This is if you wanted to try and see what devices are connected to your watch. Say you wanted to leave the phone at home and just listen to music through your watch and you have cellular data set up, you connect your AirPods through it. If you want to increase or minimize text, depending on your vision preferences, you can change that here, as well as a hearing aid if you wanted to volume for your AirPods or whatever headphones that you've connected. And then if you wanted to edit any or all of these out of your control center, you can do that as well, so it's very customizable. That's the control center. Going back to home with the click of our scale sliding button.